Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessica if you haven't been to my channel yet, and I do a bunch of fashion, lifestyle, beauty, stuff like that on my channel. But today I'm going to do something different. Basically, I guess not like a story time, but I used to work in the food service industry. I worked for 9 years, and I've had a lot of run-ins with people that, annoy you. Yeah. So I just wanted to make a video on what you shouldn't do or what to expect when you work in the food industry, or like if you're a customer, what not to do when, you're talking to the person that's handling your food. Not like we're going to do anything in your food, but maybe be a little considerate, just a little, okay? So I worked for 9 years at this restaurant. I'm not going to tell you what it is. If you're close to me or if you know me a little bit, you'll probably know. I worked there for a while, so you will know what it is. But I'm not going to say it because I don't want to get in trouble. Anyway, let's start off. So I worked there for 9 years, and I first started off working there because I model, and I'm like, you know what? I need to have a job on the side. I'm only going to work here for a month until I find a different job. Fast forward 9 years. Yeah, 9 years later, I said I was going to work there for a month. It's been 9 years. Thank God I stopped working in January, and I model full-time. My life has been so much better, so much stress-free since I worked there. I literally used to go to there in the morning and then model at night, or vice versa, and model in the morning and go there at night, and then have school in between. So it was like literally insane. I used to work 50 hours plus a week there, model all week on top of that, and go to school. I did like 2 classes only because I had to work 2 jobs, 50 hours plus modeling. So I literally was so stressed out. I never was able to have free time. If anyone said, what do you do when you're not modeling? I work. So I work 24/7. And people are like, so what's your hobbies? I don't have hobbies because all I do is work. Yeah, so now that I model full-time, I have so much more free time on my hands, and that's why I started this YouTube channel, and it's been so much fun. I haven't been on here for about a month, so I'm going to get back into things. New video every week, I promise. But yeah, so my life has been so much better, but when I did work there, it really sucked because I had to deal with people that were not nice, and let me tell you, I had so many run-ins with people that I was so nice to everybody, literally so nice. And even if you like ticked me off a little bit, I still try to give you that smile, like, yes, I'll help you. Just give me 1 second. And then if you got really on my nerves, it's really hard to keep that smile if a customer is being rude. Like, really. Like, I would ring people up, and there would be somebody behind them, and they'd be like, I've been waiting for like 20 minutes. And there'll be a line at the door. It's lunchtime. So, okay, so say it's Friday, it's 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Obvious everywhere. Friday at noon, anytime at noon, but Friday at noon in a restaurant, especially a sandwich shop or anything like that, any fast food place, it's going to be busy, okay? So don't come in thinking you're going to rush in and then leave. No, if you're going to go on lunch break at noon at a restaurant, expect to wait because it's busy, especially on a Friday. Everyone comes out on a Friday. So we have people come in, they'll be in line, I'll be bringing someone up, and then they'll be like, excuse me. I'm like, yes, can you hold on a second? I'm counting their change. No, excuse me. Yes, ma'am. I've been waiting here for 20 minutes, and I have to, it's like almost like, time for me to get back to work. I need to go. I've been waiting 20 minutes, and no one made my food yet. And I'm like, ma'am, you just walked in the door. There has been 10 other people in front of you, all the way over there. No, I was here for 20 minutes and nobody made my food yet. Man, we put all the slips in the order, okay? This is this person's slip. Yours is all the way down here. So don't tell me you just ordered. This is ridiculous. I'm complaining. I'm telling the owner, let me speak to the manager. This was my favorite part when they said, let me speak to the manager, because I was the manager. I'm like, yes, I'm the manager. Oh, well, let me speak to the owner. Oh man, the owner never comes in the store, so I, handle everything. Yeah. And then they would just get pissed off. I would take their change, whatever, or their money, and then they would get their food. I'm not going to give you your food just because you're being a bitch. I'm not going to give you your food before everybody else has been waiting. Like, I don't understand people think, like, all those other people waiting before you, they were nicely waiting and you're going to come in being all rude. No, sorry, I don't care how rude you are. I'm not going to give you your food before the other people. That's just inconsiderate. And then on top of that, so many people come in and, like, I love when they tip you. It's really nice. But, like, they'll wait till, I mean, I guess a lot of people do this, but they'll literally, like, say I'm, like, grabbing something over here, going over here, and they have their money in their hand, and the tip jar is, like, right here. They'll wait till I turn around, and they'll be like, drop it in. It doesn't count unless you see it. They always do that. Always. And it's hilarious because I know they're about to do it, so I'll be, like, not looking on purpose, and then when they look, or they see me look, they'll, like, drop it in. Another big thing is, for some reason, it's only older people food raw. Especially, or basically just their cheesesteaks. They would be like, excuse me, can you cook that raw? And I'm like, no, that's against the law. Like, I would literally get in trouble, especially if you go home, get sick, really sick, and end up in the hospital, and you say, oh, well, I went to this blah blah place, and they cooked my cheesesteak raw and gave it to me. Yeah, I would get fired and probably get shut down. So, I always just said no, and then they'd be like, no, I need it. So I was just like, all right. So I'd make it for them. I'd cook it all the way. I'm not going to give it to them raw. And then they'd eat it and be like, thank you so much. That was amazing. And I'm like, it was not raw, but yeah. So that's funny because they do it. It's every old person that comes in, they do that. It's hilarious. So if you're working at a sandwich shop and somebody wants you to cook it raw, just cook it all the way. Just be like, yeah, I cooked it raw. And they'll eat it and they won't even realize. Me and nobody else realized when I worked there. So whatever. And also, for some reason, I don't know why, but I worked there all the time, so everyone was like, you basically live here. So I worked in a place that had a shopping center, like a big shopping center. There was Target, Marshalls, everything. So I'm, like, obsessed with Marshalls and Target, so I was always in Target. Target's, like, my thing. I don't like Walmart, but I like Target. So I was always in Target, and I was always either going to work or leaving work, so I always had my shirt on, my work shirt. And everybody that was in the shopping center always went to the place I worked. So I would always run into people there that I served that was, like, my customer at the store. And I swear, every time, like, I was in the Starbucks line in Target. I'm not working right now, so please don't ask me for anything because I am not working right now. I work there all the time. I don't want to deal with it right now. So I'm in line, and this lady turns around. She's like, oh my God, you work at this place? And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, you should go try it out. She's like, oh my God, do you sell chicken cheesesteaks? And I was like, yeah. She's like, oh, well, can I order one? What? Did you just ask me to take your order? Yeah, can I order a cheesesteak? Small. And then I'll come pick it up in a little bit. I know I'm on my way to work, but I don't take orders outside of work. I am not in work right now, so why are you asking me? That was oh my God. I've never had someone do that before. Like, I've had people do, like, other things, like complain or something like that, or, like, try to talk to me, blah, 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 about the place, but, like, order something when I'm not there. Like, I was like, man, you're gonna have to call or walk in. Like, I don't take orders, and I'm not even working right now. I'm not even on the clock, so sorry, but no. I literally get, like, an hour of the day that I'm not working, so sorry, but I'm not taking your order. And she literally just turned back around and ordered her Starbucks, but I'm like, are you serious? Another time I was in Target, this guy would come in a couple times a week. He was a vegetarian. So he'd come in a couple times a week, order his vegetarian sandwich, and he would only want meat or this other person that worked there make it. For some reason, he didn't like anybody else making it, which was kind of annoying because if we were so busy, like, I would have to stop and go make his vegetarian sandwich because he thought, I mean, I guess I know I was the best person that made stuff there. Everyone always requested me to make stuff. Yes, I'm not just kissing my own ass. I actually was, like, the best sandwich maker ever. So he always wanted me to make his food. And the one time we were so busy, I forget, I think I was, I think I had, like, laryngitis. I literally lost my voice. I couldn't talk at all. So I couldn't call off work because, yeah, I had to work 24/7. Doesn't matter if I have no legs or anything. I still had to get to work. You're not in the hospital, you're going to work. I can't take a day off. So I was in the back just doing paperwork and stuff like that. I was like, I'm not going to stay off front. I'm just going to do paperwork and keep away because I wasn't sick. I just couldn't, I literally lost my voice. That's never happened before. My throat wasn't sore anything. I literally just lost my voice completely. It was the weirdest thing ever. I was like scared I was never gonna be able to talk again because that's never happened to me. But so I was not like, the doctor said I was fine, just, you know, don't speak because you really can't. I literally had to like whisper, and it like hurt when I talked because I couldn't really, and it was just really annoying. So I would just stay in the back, and he saw my car out there, and he knew I was there. So he comes in and he asks like one of our employees, he's like, go get Jess in the back. I knew she's there. I want her to make my food. And the employee comes back, and I'm like, no, I can't. Like, he's going to talk to me. I literally have no voice. I don't feel comfortable going out there. I'm going to be stuck out there in the register, and I'm not going to be able to, like, literally bring anybody up because I can't talk at all. And it's going to be really weird trying to ring someone up, and they ask me questions, and I'm like, yeah, I can't speak. So I was like, you just make the food. What's the big deal? I told him, like, exactly how I make it. It's really not that hard. It's frozen, vegetarian, like they looks like chicken cheesesteak, little like slivers of chicken. And we just throw them on the grill, fried up with like vegetables. I can still remember, I haven't worked there since January, but I still remember the exact order. He would order this every time he came in, the same thing. He would get a large, and our larges were huge. They're literally this big. So it was like really hard to like get off the grill. But anyway, I'm like, I'm confident in you, go make the food. If you can't make the food exactly how I am, you should be working here, because when you go to a place, everything should be consistent. Like, if someone makes your sandwich, another person makes your sandwich, it should taste the same. And I hate that when I go to places like Starbucks and one person makes my caramel macchiato, because that's my favorite drink, and someone else makes it, it's totally different. It sucks. Like, it should be consistent. So I'm like, you know what, do it. If you can't do it, you should be working here. So he does it, and I was like, oh, it looked, I could see it like from the back. I was like, it looked totally fine. So I give it to him. And he goes and makes it, and the guy leaves. So I'm in Target, and I am walking down the aisle, and I'm working a little bit. Or no, I think I was off that day. But the guy knew how I was. I didn't even have my work clothes on, and he stops me. He sees me. I was like, oh, damn it. And he was like, hey. I'm like, oh, hey, how are you? And he's like, not good. Okay. I'm not at work right now, so I don't want to deal with this. And I knew what he was about to say. My food sucked. It was so bad. It was horrible. Why didn't you make my food? I knew you were in the kitchen. I was like, I literally, like, I still couldn't talk. Like, it was literally, like, 2 days after, and I'm like, I can't talk. I literally lost my voice. He was like, oh my God, I hope you feel better, but my food sucked, and I hated it, and that guy sucks, and he shouldn't be working there, blah, blah. And I was like, what was wrong with it? He was like, it just wasn't like how you make it. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, seriously? So I had to give him a free sandwich because it wasn't exactly how I make it, which I knew. I saw the guy make it. It looked just the same. That's what I get for always making his food for him. But anyway, every time he came in, we would have like chocolate chip cookies, and we always made them like fresh. I mean, they would come in little like cookie dough balls, but we'd always like put them in the oven, and they would come out like hot. They were really good cookies. And every time I made like, I would make like 6 chocolate chip, because I always wanted them like fresh, so I never made like too many. Every time he came in, he would buy all of them. So whenever we didn't have them, like if we would sell out, I would have to go make them, and he would wait 20 minutes to get the cookies. It was crazy. So it was just like, you always got those customers that are annoying, but you know, it sucks because you have to deal with it because you work there. I'm just so happy I don't work here anymore, because customer service really sucks. I literally had to do everything there. Like, why isn't the ceiling clean? Why isn't the toilets clean? My employees aren't doing anything. They literally just stand there, and I'm like, did you sweep the kitchen? Yeah. Why is there chicken all over the floor? Do you not see that? Like, people are like, I want to be a manager, and I was a manager. I started from the bottom at 7:25. I worked my way up. Ended up firing the manager, became the manager. I was assistant manager. This other person was the manager. But we were basically like the same. He only got paid a little bit more than me. But I was basically the manager, and he was the manager as well. Anyway, it sucked because everything fell on us. The owners were never there. So, you know, being a manager at a store, it's really hard work, especially if you're like doing something else. Like, I was modeling as well, so it was like really hard to do both and then go to school. So I'm really happy I don't do that anymore, but it's really hard to manage people. Like, I always was so nice to them, but like, once you like don't do your job, like, I'll be the nicest person in the world, but if you don't do your job, like, you're gonna piss me off, okay? If I say sweep the floor, clean, and it's not clean, because I literally have OCD, so if I see like dirt, I'm gonna freak out. It was just so annoying. So say you want to be a manager, you got your work cut out for you, because Doesn't matter where you are, you're always gonna have shitty employees. You're always gonna have good employees. You're always gonna have those couple people that really suck, and you're just gonna have to keep badgering them until they do their job or fire them. You know, it really sucks. The food industry sucks. Bottom line, seriously, there's not one thing about the food industry that I like. I mean, if you really love it, if you love being a chef and being in the kitchen, go ahead and do that. But managing really sucks. You're always getting drained, dealing with everyone, and like, I need a vacation this day or that day. Oh, I don't feel like coming today, I'm tired. Like, are you serious? You're tired? Don't you know I am tired? I work 2 jobs and go to school. Yeah, but I'm just tired. And then you see their Snapchat and they're just like dicking around with their friends. Like, oh, thanks. You could at least, like, you know, block me on Snapchat that day so I don't see what you're doing. You know, you're just gonna have those things in life where people just like, ugh, doesn't make sense. Like, if I like call out and say I'm sick, I'm not gonna post on Facebook that I'm partying at the beach. It's just common sense, you know? Just common sense. So I hope you guys got something out of this video. If you guys want to work in the food industry, go ahead. Literally, I applaud you for that because it is really hard. But if you're young, go work there. Don't be a manager because you don't have to deal with that. But if you're a manager, all power to you because I know it's hard. And I literally, if you guys don't work in the food industry, you don't get how hard it is. So when you walk in somewhere and you might see that the person behind the counter looks stressed out and they look like they had a rough day. They probably did. They probably were slammed that day. They probably been working all day. I mean, you still got those lazy people, but if you see like someone running around and you don't get your food in the 2 seconds that you really wanted to, give them a break. Tip them, you know, tip them 50 cents, $1. Just show them some appreciation because seriously, we work our butts off. I literally worked my butt off and some people just don't appreciate it at all. I would have run back and forth, literally. Like, I really took my job. Whatever I'm doing, I want to do it 100%. We always were shorthanded because I always had employees quit or I could just never find people that worked good. The one time, I literally was by myself and I had a line at the door. I come in at 8 o'clock, prep the food. We don't have until 10, okay? So I get there, 10 o'clock rolls around, my employee doesn't show up. I'm like, are you serious? Okay, whatever. He'll show up soon. I think it was Friday. Yeah, it was Friday. 12 o'clock rolls around. My other employee doesn't show up. So we're literally in a line at the door. I'm the only person in the store, the only person. So imagine that. I literally had like 50 customers in the store and I'm running. The phone's ringing. The register, there's people at the register. There's people that need to be rung up. There's stuff on the grill. There's like 50 slips. I'm by myself. I was literally like running around the store. I literally was about to drop everything and run out the door. And after all that, I luckily was able to call my boyfriend and be like, please come in and help me. Please come in and help me. Like, this is crazy. And my friend came in from high school and he was like, oh my God, how are you dealing with this? Like, imagine a counter and just seeing all people just staring at you and you're the only person, their phone's ringing off the hook. You have people like, the grill was filled with like 10 cheesesteaks. I had all these cold sandwiches. I literally was like freaking out inside and I was like, just calm down. Like, and I was like, sorry, everybody, none of my employees showed up today. This is what you have to deal with in the food industry. None of my employees showed up today. I don't know what to do. I just called somebody. They're coming in as fast as they can. It's going to be about 20 minutes. I am so sorry. I literally got it done now. I was like running around in circles, but like that was like the worst day of working there. I hated it. That's what I had to deal with. My employees wouldn't show up. And you know why he didn't show up? He slept in. This was the first time. And my other employee missed the bus. Because they're so freaking irresponsible that all they care about is sleeping in, partying the night before. It's literally, that's what you have to deal with in the food industry. You're not going to get people that really care about their job because they're in school or they dropped out of school, you know. Or, you know what, I can't really say it because then you got people that have kids and they want to work their butts off, but it's rare. Because, trust me, I worked there for 9 years and the people that came through and out of that place are ridiculous. You know, it's really hard, so that's everything for today. Sorry for rambling on. This is a different video than I usually do, but I've been wanting to do something about the food industry for a while because I've been working there forever. Worked there. Thank God, I love saying that. But yeah, if you guys want to hear like story times about, I have so many stories that I used to work there because it was 9 years, seriously. And a lot more story times modeling, working at a restaurant. I have a story time from my other job. I worked at a hotel. That's a really good story time. So if you guys want to hear any more, please comment down below and let me know. And please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. If you didn't like it, don't watch it. Sorry. Can't please everybody. But I will have a new video every week, and I will see you guys soon. Bye!